Today is a unique topic and a unique situation. In the passage, James chapter 4, he warns us against saying what we're going to do in the future. James chapter 4, verse 13 says this: "Look here, you who say today or tomorrow we will go to a certain place and we will stay there for a year. We will build our businesses there and make a profit. How do you know what your life will be like tomorrow? Your life is the morning fog. It's here for a little while and then it's gone. Instead, you ought to say, if the Lord wants us to, we will live and do this or do that. Otherwise, you are boasting about your plans, and such boasting is evil." I got with me a little watch. I got this a long time ago, and it was really just kind of a way that I would begin to kind of keep track on Sunday mornings with the time, and be able to kind of place this right there and just kind of look and watch as the time goes on. And maybe somebody's watching this thinking, "Oh, well, you need to redial that clock and get it straight." But okay, well, good point. But I would get this, and it was just a reminder to me that, hey, the end of the sermon's approaching. The end, 12 o'clock's coming, 12 o'clock's coming, 12 o'clock's coming. And I would always shoot to kind of end up on 12, but I know a lot of times it would be 12:05 or 11:55, 12:10, or it would never be right at 12 when we would end. It would always be normally somewhere around there. And probably I would go long more times than not. And even though my intention was that, often what would come out of it was something totally different. Well, this is saying basically the same thing. You may intend tomorrow to go to the doctor. You may intend tomorrow to go get your hair done. You may intend tomorrow to get up and go to work like you always have done. But what James is suggesting here is that, hey, life doesn't always happen like you think it's going to happen. Life doesn't always go, and it's not predictable. There are ups and there is downs. There are things that we don't expect and things that we never would see coming. In those moments of life, be very humble enough to say, hey, God, this is my intentions for tomorrow, and the way that you talk and the way that you think and the way that you live. These are my intentions tomorrow. I plan on doing this. Lord provided. If the Lord allows me, I'm going to do this or that. Those are exactly the words that James says that we should have. So I've been guilty many times at not doing this and not being the best at it. I've said, oh, what are you doing tomorrow? Oh, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go do that. Instead, what I ought to say, what this is telling me that I should say is, if the Lord provides, I'm going to go get lunch with Eddie and talk about the mission meeting tomorrow. If the Lord wills, I'm going to drive to Madison and pick up something from the store. If the Lord is willing, we'll have church tomorrow night. That's how we ought to think, and that's how we should begin to talk, and the way that we should begin to live. Do you do a good job of that? I know I don't. I'm just honest. I don't do a good job of that. And that text is really convicting to me because my language it's not perfect. It's not that good. So I want to try to become better in that. So that's why I kind of brought it up. It really stood out to me. That's something I don't do very good. And I always knew that verse was in there, but sometimes I just ignore it, to be honest with you. I just don't think about it. And it really brought it up again today, and I need to be better at that. Maybe you're the same way, but that's what I got out of James. James is like Proverbs. There's so much in James. We could spend 5 hours talking about the book of James, probably more. It is so good. But unfortunately, that's all we're going to be able to get out of today's episode. Tomorrow, we're going to be in 1 Peter, I believe. Yeah, just 1 Peter tomorrow, because it's 5 chapters. So chapters 1 through chapters 5 tomorrow. And until then, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.